In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how you can choose a topic for a realistic fiction piece. Now, what I want you to do is open up your practice companion books to page 268 and get out your writing journal and a pencil. Now, what I want you to do is reread A Race to the Finish on page 268. As you are rereading this, I want you to focus on these 4 questions. First of all, what is the topic of this piece? What is Jared's problem? How does he solve his problem? And why do you think the author chose this topic for his realistic fiction story? Now, I want you to read through page 268, and the more you can read through this writing model, the better of a sense that you'll get on what a realistic fiction story needs to look like. So, pause the video, read through page 268, and then also answer those questions that we'll go over in class. So, pause the video now. Now, it is important whenever you're creating and thinking about your realistic fiction topic that realistic fiction must have believable plots and characters. Stories must also contain problems that can be solved. Okay, so when thinking about some realistic fiction topics, I may think this way. For example, this week we've been talking about the role that citizens play in democracy. And I can use that as a starting point for a topic. And some people serve in the National Guard and the Armed Forces. Others draw attention to causes they believe in or volunteer to help communities. So I think about what I'm currently learning or currently know, and I think about putting those characters together to plot some ideas and think about some ideas. So I have 3 that are right up here. It says a high school athlete worries when a teammate decides to sign up for the Coast Guard. Another one, a local woman starts a campaign to build a new community center in her town. Then finally, a doctor goes overseas to help the victims of a tidal wave as part of a government aid program. Okay, so those are some example topics. Obviously, you don't have to choose any of those, but those are just some realistic situations that could happen, and they're not absurd or crazy or overly silly or anything like that. They're just real-life situations that could possibly happen. As we go through the writing model, as we go through our class model, I'm going to be using that first topic. A high school athlete worries when a teammate decides to sign up for the Coast Guard. It kind of deals with students and young people and so on, so we'll be using that. So you need to think about some other ideas based upon the theme, and I do want you to write down some other ideas just based upon Unit 7. It does not have to be ones that you'll necessarily choose, but think of some ideas based upon Unit 7 that we've been talking about, and be ready to share some of those ideas in class. So I want you to think of those topics and write it down in your writing journal. So you'll need to pause the video now. Okay, so as you come to class today, you're going to be doing 2 things. First of all, you're going to be getting your topic approved by me. Second of all, you're going to start filling in your story map as you develop this topic. So in your writing journal, this is going to be an example of a story map. You don't need to have it shaped this way necessarily, but just have the setting and write what the setting's going to be. Name the characters in your story. Name the problem that the main character is going to face. Name some events, not every single event, but some of the major events that the main character is going to do to solve the problem, and then also the resolution. So I want you to label each part of this story map as you come to class today, and work on filling that out today, and this will happen in class. So you'll have to get your topic approved, and then after that in class you'll be working on your story map. So this concludes the video on choosing a topic for a realistic fiction story. If you have any questions about this concept, please come and see me.